Hello, hello. I like what you've done with the place.
Got it done. This is home.
Yeah, I see.
Welcome
I
home.
see.
Welcome home. Welcome home.
I'm digging it.
It's nice and
Wow,
cozy.
you got to go up there?
I know it's high up.
That is up there.
It's high up.
Definitely high up, but I'll get used to it with time. With time.
Ladder must be on the floor.
Okay.
I just want to see.
Be careful, honey. Please be careful.
Jada Bettis is beginning her journey to earn a degree at Notre Dame, something her father attempted to do nearly 30 years ago.
Now, you know, when I was here, my dorm room, my freshman year, was literally half of this size. I mean, the reality set in that she was no longer going to be home. For 18 years, that was my number one priority. And now she's leaving my protection, if you will. So I was very uncomfortable.
No. Height-wise, down. And to the right a little bit more.
And tilt it.
No, other way. Tilt the other way.
Hold on, I got too many chiefs.
A little bit down?
Just don't look straight on.
Gotcha.
If you look at it at an angle.
Okay.
Tilt her head a little bit.
Yeah, just
Okay.
tilt your
Okay.
head.
That makes
All right,
sense.
we'll
That
see.
makes
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Yes. Good job, baby.
Good job.
There it is.
Good job, honey.
I like that. You like it?
I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mwah, mwah. Voila.
Meyer floats it for Bettis. Touchdown.
In the early 90s, Jerome Bettis was hanging masterpieces of his own on the Notre Dame football field.
Who else? Jerome Bettis gets the ball.
In his sophomore season, he scored 20 touchdowns, a single-season record that still stands.
When you talk to the coaches here on campus, they feel this man, by the time he leaves, will be one of the all-time great fullbacks in the history of this school.
When I went to Notre Dame, there was never any discussion about leaving school early. I didn't even know that it was possible to leave school early.
It'll stay on the ground to Jerome Bettis for the touchdown.
There was never, ever a thought of me going to the NFL after 3 years, and so it was foreign to me.
At the end of his junior year, the inconceivable became a possibility.
Jerome Bettis will reassess his college career as a junior, but may decide to forego his final season of eligibility. He'll meet with his parents and Coach Holtz to make the decision in a few days.
Linus, you got a big decision to make, the Bettis family coming up, whether or not Jerome will forego his final year of eligibility and enter the draft. Which way are you guys leaning?
It's a toughie. He loves the school so much. It's just hard to say. Seriously, whatever he decides, that's where we're going.
He said, Mom, I want to leave school early. Why do you want to leave school? He said, I want to go into the NFL, and I need to do it now. I said, well, why can't you finish? Went there to get 4 years. He says, well, I need to do it now. He said, now is my time.
When we were sitting in the meeting with Coach Holtz, the question did come up about me finishing. That's when I promised my mom and dad that I would come back and get my degree.
He looked at me right then. He said, Mama, I promise you I will. I said, well, son, let me say this. Promise yourself. Make that promise to yourself that you will come back and you'll get this done.
The Los Angeles Rams select Jerome Bettis, running back for Notre Dame.
Right, yeah. All right.
The 10th overall draft pick ran for more than 1,400 yards in 1993 and was named Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Jerome Bettis like lightning into the end zone.
Pitch back to Bettis, turns it right. Bettis cuts up to the 30, Bettis to the 35, on his feet at the 40. Touchdown for Jerome Bettis.
Once again, Bettis was at a crossroads.
After my third year, it was a very, very difficult time for me professionally. The team had just moved from Los Angeles to St. Louis. Me and the new coach didn't see eye to eye. They asked me to play fullback for a new running back that was going to be coming in, and I told them that I would rather retire. And at that point, I was so committed to that, I decided that, you know what, it is in my best interest to go back to school and let me finish, because if I do retire, I need to make sure I have my degree. I went back and re-enrolled in school and spent a semester back at Notre Dame.
Bettis didn't have his head in the books for long.
They said I was done, over with, finished. Yeah. When they get a load of me.
He was traded to the Steelers, while his plans for a degree were put on hold yet again.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You got me cranking up now. They're cranking me up. Woo, it's gonna be a long day for somebody.
He spent 10 seasons in Pittsburgh and has the 8th most rushing yards in NFL history.
And it didn't look like the Bengals wanted any part of the bus.
He finished his career a Super Bowl champion in his hometown of Detroit.
I played this game to win a championship. I'm a champion, and I think the bus is, the last stop is here in Detroit.
He also earned a bust in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But there was still one thing he hadn't accomplished.
When I retired, it did cross my mind going back to school. The problem was, you know, life happens. I got married, 2 children, and I didn't know where going back to school would actually fit in.
And over the years, I waited and I watched, and I said, well, he can't do this. It's no time. I've got so much. It was just the best. I've got articles for days. Look at my boy. I told him, you need a degree today in this world to make your life better, to be educated. And I wanted him to be educated. And I think it may have been because my husband and myself didn't get our degrees. Jerome was so smart. He was the smartest child around and used that. Go ahead on and let's do something with that.
Nearly 30 years ago, Jerome Bettis promised his parents he would finish his Notre Dame degree. But an exceptional NFL career and a family to care for made that promise less of a priority or a possibility. An unlikely opportunity came about during the pandemic, a chance to go back to school.
The rule at Notre Dame is your senior year courses have to be taken on campus. Had it not been for COVID allowing me to get 1 semester in at home, then I don't know if I would have been able to complete the promise, because a full year on campus, that was going to be very, very difficult to try to pull off.
And during COVID, I had 3 students in the house, my 2 children and my husband, and it was interesting, but it was good.
Jerome's father died in 2006, but that wasn't going to stop a son from keeping his promise.
He said, Mom, I'm going back to school. I'm like, really, son? He said, yes, I'm going back. He said, but Mom, I want my degree from Notre Dame. I'm so happy. I was so thrilled.
First day of school, just getting on campus. It's cold as ever, but I'm excited, and here we go. Here goes nothing. I want to show my family how crazy it is that I'm back on campus in a blizzard. I send the video, and my daughter puts it on my Instagram page, and all of a sudden I'm getting texts and calls from everybody. Crazy. One social media post about going back to school, and all of a sudden it's become a story. I don't understand it, but it's crazy. So we'll see what happens.
Joining us is Hall of Fame running back, and I guess we can call you college senior, Jerome Bettis.
Yes, that's accurate. College senior. I had a class yesterday. I'm the only one there. I didn't realize that the class was canceled. My professor sent emails to everyone, but I don't check emails before class. I just didn't think to do that. So I'm in the classroom just sitting there by myself. So that's a lesson learned. The first day of class, I am so nervous. Sorry, yep. I'm double these kids' age. I'm sitting in the front of the class because I don't want someone to see me. I'm all the way up front, so I got a hat on. I'm thinking I can get away with this. And immediately the professor says, okay, so tell me about yourself and where you're from. And I said, oh my goodness. I just got flushed. I knew that I was in trouble. I was panicking.
He stood up when it was his turn to introduce himself. Yeah. My name is Jerome Bettis. I played football at Notre Dame. I played then professionally for 13 years. I'm back to finish my degree.
For me, going back to school, it was a huge challenge because I was not technologically advanced, if you will. I'm assuming it's like when I was in class the first time. I got a notebook for every class. I open up the notebook and I'm writing. The professor's going through some charts and things on the board, and I'm writing them down. And I look around and everybody's typing on their computer. And I'm saying to myself, oh man, this is bad.
On Tuesday.
He was going so fast and I was trying to write it down. I started taking pictures of it because I just couldn't keep up. And that's when I realized, like, oh man, I'm a dinosaur. And I don't know how I'm going to get through this semester if every class is like this. So I was out of my depth in terms of going back to school.
So my dad, I had to get him a computer because he uses an iPad a lot. And I was like, you probably need a computer to write papers because he's an iPad guy. So we had to get him a computer. I had to teach him how to make a Google account, Gmail account, Google Slides, all of those things. He's not the most tech-savvy person. He's actually not tech-savvy at all, other than like a TV remote maybe when he's watching a game. So I had to teach him how to work a computer like a normal functioning adult.
There was a lot of chuckles along the way in the conversations about his inabilities to keep up in class, but he picks up things pretty quick, and so he got it.
Had you thought in terms of the introduction? Will that tie into the history, or is that kind of separate? What's your thoughts?
Bettis may have felt ancient, but his experience was one of his greatest strengths.
Well, it's the weight, the weight of the actual products and not being able to get as much in as they would want to.
Jerome's perspective was unique just because of his age. He's lived about 30 years longer than anyone else in his class, and that was helpful.
We are the Bus Boys, and we're going to talk about the future of fracking in the United States. Natural gas and oil is extracted.
He's been great. I've really enjoyed him. He's always sitting in the front of the class. He's very engaged. He's very participatory. I think he's a great role model for students because it's proof of the fact that you don't have to be 18 and right out of high school to go to college. You can always go back and finish.
I always get here a couple minutes early. Yeah. In the front row.
He could have just, skated through. It just wasn't who he was.
It's always great when you turn in right here, and it never gets old. All the years I've been coming to the university, coming down the street, seeing that dome, it's just like, wow, it's impressive. Just a great view, I tell you. Get the photo. Always cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I've never really gone to a basketball game. I left early, my senior year, I didn't do all the things that the seniors got to do. I didn't expect that too many of the students would know who I was because they were probably 5 years old, 6 years old the last time that I played in a football game. Thank you, guys. Thank you. What's up, baby girl? Thank you.
He's been gone 27 years, you know? It's like, do they really know who he is? But they did.
Jerome, obviously you're back in town, you're back in school, you're going to be graduating soon.
It's a culmination of years and years of wanting to get it done. And, having children now, I understand how important that is, that, I set out something, I finish it. But also, my mom, I promised her years ago, sitting in Coach Holt's office, that I would come back and graduate. So I owe that to her as well.
Yeah.
How are you?
Oh, good to see you. Excited.
Yeah.
I'm just elated. I'm just so happy for you, You told me. You told me. You told me. You promised me. You said, Mama, I'm going to get it.
Yeah, I just didn't think 30 years. I thought it was going to be a little early. But it's done. It'll be done.
It'll be done.
Jerome Bettis had to pass one more final before he could be officially done with college.
Here we go. Last one. 62. I think that's it. Here we go. So much. Class was so insightful. I mean, thoroughly. Done. Hey, Mom, I finished. Just took the last final. Done. It was one of those delivered on a promise made a whole lot of years ago, right? And that's right. So, just wish Pops would have been here to see it. Yep. I will be thinking about him when I walk across the at the graduation.
He said, Mama, I did it. All I could think about was his dad. He would be totally happy. I'm sorry. It just kind of took me back, but it was just unbelievable.
He would have been, pumping his chest, so proud to see me get that diploma. Coming in the stadium in a much different way this time. And man, does this feel good.
His commitment level speaks volumes about the person that he is. Although it took some time, it's no surprise to me that he actually got the job done.
It just meant so much to me and my family to see him finally get his degree and be a college graduate at the ripe age of 50.
This will not take very long, and like you, I have been waiting 28 years to celebrate this moment. I returned to finish my degree. Mom, promise made, promise kept.
This is it. This is the best.
Let me get one more.
That was the top. You couldn't get any better.
Yes, we did it. Got it done. It took a little longer than expected.
Yeah, look.
A little longer than expected, but
It's all right.
but we got it done. That's right. She was so proud. As a 18-year-old, you hear that and you kind of take it in stride. But as a 50-year-old, when your mom tells you how proud she is of you, it means a whole lot more. Me getting a degree is not just for me. It was for my entire family.